Hey y'all, so welcome back to my channel. My name's Kirsten. I'm 25 years old and I graduated from dental assisting school in December of 2018, and I was hired right out of school as an orthodontic assistant, where I've been working there for almost 3 months actually, which is crazy. Time has flown by and it's honestly been a whirlwind, but I'm so happy that I ended up where I'm at. So for today's video, I just wanted to give you 5 reasons why I do not want to become a dental hygienist. These are kind of things that I've learned since being in school and since being in the actual dental assisting profession. And a lot of them are my opinion, and not everyone may feel this way, and some dental hygienists may completely disagree with everything that I'm saying, and you know, that's perfectly fine. Every person is entitled to their opinion. Obviously, I've never worked a day in my life as a dental hygienist, but I have worked very closely with hygienists, whether it was being a hygienist assistant for a little while, or it was just like watching them in their day-to-day lives at the offices that I did clinicals at. And also one of my teachers was also a registered dental hygienist. So I do have some insight, and it was my goal for a long time, especially when I graduated from high school and was going to college. I always wanted to be a dental hygienist. And from the outside, going to the dentist, and just, it seems like this perfect, happy job, and it seems like the income, the salary, or whichever hourly you get is really nice, but there's a lot of things that people don't know or understand when it comes to dental hygiene that can really alter how you feel about the profession in itself. So I'm just gonna get into the 5 reasons why I will not be going back to school and why I just would no longer choose that as a profession for me. So the first reason why I do not want to become a dental hygienist is because the only school that's within driving distance of my home only accepts between 16 and 18 applicants a year. So there are other schools in Florida, but there would be no way for me to go there unless I relocated, and I'm not moving. This is, you know, Cape Coral is my home. This is where I want to stay. I'm not gonna move somewhere else just to go to dental hygiene school. But this program, like I said, only takes 16 to 18 applicants, and it is extremely competitive. People apply year after year. They have super high GPAs. I would say you have to have like a 3.6 or higher, which isn't necessarily like, no, it's not 4.0 and above, but there's a lot more that goes into it. There's a whole interviewing process. I've talked to multiple people who have applied, multiple people who have planned on applying, and what I've gathered is that it's not something I'm willing to risk. I'm not willing to put my life on hold to not be accepted year after year after year. And another part of that is, if you do get into the program, not only do you have to pay for obviously the schooling, but you have to spend $5,000 and buy all your own instruments. And I don't just have $5,000 sitting around, and that's not necessarily something that can be covered by FAFSA. That's you taking your hard-earned money and buying $5,000 worth of instruments. And what if you don't get through the program? I guess you could sell them, but that doesn't really appeal to me right now in the position that I'm in my life. Reason number 2 is because you do like the same thing over and over again. And people may think that ortho is like that too, but it really isn't. You do a lot of similar things throughout the day, but there's different things thrown in between. Like, everything's mixed up, so you're constantly like doing something different, then you go over here, then you do something else, and then you do the same thing again, then you do something different. So there is certain things that you do multiple times a day, but every patient in ortho is different, so they need different things, so you do different things. But I've learned that in dental hygiene that you're just constantly doing the same thing all day long, and you're just checking off your patients as they come. You like sit down and you just, whether you hand scale or use the ultrasonic scaler, you're just cleaning teeth all day long. Obviously some people just need, a prophy, or in a fluoride treatment, but obviously adults usually need deep cleaning. Some people need scaling and root planing, but I mean, pretty much you're just cleaning teeth all day long over and over again for your life. Which, that might sound extremely overdramatic, and obviously dental hygienists may not agree with that statement, but from what I've watched, from what I've gathered, from what multiple dental hygienists have told me, that's pretty much the reality. And they always say, if you love schedule and you love doing the same thing over and over again, then that would probably be really good for you. And I thought that I was like that, but I realized I'm kind of somewhere in the middle of doing the same thing and like still changing it up. And ortho for me was like that perfect in between. Reason number 3, I'm gonna say not every hygienist, but a lot of hygienists have neck, back, and hand pain. So I know multiple hygienists that have told me that after a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, they have horrible back pain, horrible neck pain, and their hands hurt extremely bad. They're going to chiropractors and they just have pain, and it's kind of like it's from doing the same movements every single day. So like those small hand movements, I mean we do the same thing as assistants, but I'm standing up a lot and I'm not always directly working with the patient. A lot of times the doctor's doing most of the work and I'm just passing him things and stuff like that. But a hygienist literally sits there every day, patient after patient, and just does little hand motions. So they get like arthritis in their hands. I mean, I know people that literally have been dental hygienists for 1 year and they literally regret it because they're in so much pain. And also, I mean, that's a lot of times their fault because they don't have proper ergonomics and stuff like that. But when you're doing so many patients every single day, every single week for years, like it's gonna catch up to you. And like my teacher, she actually had like vertigo from it. Like she would have inner ear pain and like back pain and neck pain and like hand pain, and like she can't do it anymore. Like her body physically won't let her. And so to me, it's not worth it. Reason number 4, and this kind of piggybacks on the last reason, everyone is like, dental hygienists make so much more money than assistants, it's so much more worth it. But in my opinion, I don't believe having lifelong pain from your job, after 10 years is worth the pay. I know a dental hygienist who made $80,000 a year, which is honestly, that would be wonderful to make $80,000 a year. She had been a hygienist for 3 years and she was going back to school to change her career because her hands and her back and her neck hurt so bad. So most of the hygienists that I know do not make that much money. They make usually between 50 and 65, I would say, a year. But I've honestly only met one hygienist that said that they had no pain, and she had a personal trainer that worked out all of those muscles, back, neck, hands, 3 times a week. So she was definitely doing what it takes to take care of yourself, but that's all stuff that she has to pay for because her job requires her to be strong. Like, it's just not worth it to me, making $50,000 a year, but then I'm 60 years old and I have giant like lumps in my hand, because the arthritis causes the inflammation. I can't bend over and pick stuff up. Like, the money doesn't seem like so much. Now, if you're paying me like $150, $200K a year, yeah, maybe it would be a little bit more worth it. But for $50,000 a year, it's not worth it to me. Number 5. So the last reason why I would not want to become a dental hygienist is because if you do leave the profession because of, pain, or you just can't physically do it anymore, you can really only become a teacher, or you can go into like dental sales. And I am the least sales person you will ever meet. I couldn't sell you anything. You could have not eaten for 30 days and I couldn't sell you a piece of food. Like, I hate sales. I hate trying to get people to buy something because I hate when people try to make me buy something that I'm just like, go away, leave me alone. Like, I'm so like independent and antisocial in that sense. Like, just leave me alone. I don't want to buy anything. If I have a question or if I want to buy something, I will come to you. So sales is not for me. And then teaching, I just wouldn't want to teach I wouldn't want to teach dental hygiene, and I wouldn't want to teach dental assisting. If there was like a program or like a section of a program that I could teach ortho assisting, I would really love that. But I wouldn't want to become a teacher for dental hygiene, or I wouldn't want to become a salesperson. That's just not for me. And so knowing that this might not be a career that I could do for a long time, and then knowing that those are like 2 of the options that I could go into with the dental hygiene experience, that just doesn't make me want to go into there, because I know after a certain amount of years, those are like my 2 main options to keep the same income I was making. So that just isn't for me. Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I have a lot of people ask me all the time, whether it's on here or in person, about this, so I just figured I would make a video. If you have any other questions or anything you want to know more about a dental hygiene career, I'm sure there's tons of videos you can look up, just like there's for dental assisting. But just if you're on the fence, like you are wanting to go back to school but you're not sure, maybe watch this. And I know they're mainly my opinions, but just take into consideration, number one thing, I would ask as many dental hygienists as you possibly can. See what the pros and cons are, weigh your options, weigh, is it worth this to make this much money? Do I get bored easily doing the same thing over and over again? Really see if it's something that is gonna be best suited for you. Okay, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.